I need to tell y'all about the government cheese they gave away in the early 80s. That cheese wasn't meant for us first. That block of cheese was about savant farmers, not savant poor folks. See, back then the government had itself a mess. They told dairy farmers, produce all you want, we'll pay you no matter what. So farmers did exactly what they was told. Milk flowed like a river. Cows working harder than folks on double shift. And when the market couldn't handle all that milk, the government stepped in and bought it. Not cheap neither. Full price. That's a bailout, whether folks want to say it out loud or not. Warehouses filled up. Cheese stacked so high it could have cast a shadow. Butter piled up like gold bars. And the government had already spent billions keeping them dairy farms from falling apart. Now let me ask you something. You think if poor folks was the priority, they would have waited till the warehouses was busting at the seams? You think help only shows up after the farmers get paid? We were the solution to their storage problem. They couldn't dump that cheese, folks would have lost their minds seeing food destroyed while people was hungry. They couldn't keep storing it, too expensive. So they said, give it away. And that's when they remembered us. That cheese showed up after the farmers were protected. After land was saved. After the dairy industry was stabilized. After rural America got its lifeline. Don't misunderstand me, I'm grateful we had something to eat. But don't let nobody rewrite history and pretend this was some act of generosity aimed at the poor from the jump. It was economics first. Survival for farmers first. That's how this country works more often than not. When the powerful are hutting, money moves fast. When regular folks are hutting, they call it assistance and make you line up for it. So when people joke about government cheese like it was shameful, I correct them. I say, that cheese was proof the government will move heaven and earth to save an industry and toss the leftovers to the rest of us. We made meals out of it. We survived off it. We turned it into something nourishing. That part? That was us. But don't forget the lesson, babies. Help doesn't come equally. It comes where power already sits. And if you don't know the difference, you'll think crumbs are gifts. The SNAP program and Obamacare are modern versions of what happened in the 1980s with government cheese, and the hypocrisy is still loud. Back then, poor folks were laughed at for standing in line, even though that cheese existed because the government had already poured billions into saving dairy farmers. Today, SNAP puts food on tables and Obamacare keeps people alive, yet recipients are dragged, stereotyped, and blamed like poverty is a personal failure instead of an economic condition. Working people, elders, children, and the disabled are treated like suspects for needing help, while the system pretends these programs are handouts instead of lifelines in a country that lets wages fall behind costs on purpose. Meanwhile, the wealthy get bailouts wrapped in suits and silence. Banks crash the economy and get rescued. Corporations gamble and get forgiven. Airlines, agribusiness, hedge funds, and Wall Street get blank checks, no food stamp card, no stigma, no shame. Nobody calls CEOs welfare recipients. Nobody demands drug tests for shareholders. Nobody asks corporations to prove they're desperate enough to deserve help. The truth is simple and ugly. Aid for the poor is called welfare. Aid for the rich is called policy. The system has always moved faster to save capital than to save people, and anyone pretending otherwise is lying or benefiting from the lie. And remember, history ain't just what they tell you. It's what they don't tell you.